A few months ago now, Clinique re-released their old Superdefense moisturiser with all new packaging, definitely an all new marketing scheme, and most importantly an all new formula. This new product does three things that I very much like the sound of, which is it hydrates your skin while combating fatigue and the first signs of aging. As we know by now, I love a product that makes my skin look brighter and my skin look less tired, so I was really excited to try this out. So just a quick introduction to those of you who might not have seen my face before. My name is Amy and I make videos normally 2 to 3 times a week, but actually throughout the month of May I'm doing a video every single day. A lot of those videos are beauty review videos, specifically Clinique reviews. I love Clinique and I know that a lot of you do too. The one thing that I put at the forefront of all of my reviews is information, because obviously everybody's skin is different. No two people have the same response or the same experience of a product. So in every single review video I will always try and include my first impressions, but also the ingredients, a little bit about the clinical claims of the product, so what the brand says the product is supposed to do, and then whether in my experience it delivers on those promises. So I hope that in giving you all of that information it will help you to decide whether this product is worth your money. And this one is fairly expensive. It comes in at I think £42 per little jar, which is fairly standard for a Clinique moisturiser, but I know that it is quite pricey in comparison to a lot of other moisturisers. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, I would absolutely love nothing more if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers this year, which is quite a steep goal, but there's still a lot of the year left, so I'm feeling optimistic. So yeah, if you do like this video or you would like to see any of my other videos, then please do stick around and subscribe. Also, if you find this video helpful in any way, then please give it a thumbs up so I know that you like this kind of thing and to continue making these and making more of these. And lastly, please do leave a comment if you have an experience of this product too. Obviously, as I say in all of my review videos, I'm only one person with only one set of skin, so I won't have everybody's experience with this moisturiser or with any moisturiser. So I think what's really lovely is when we can all share our experiences in the comments. You guys are normally great at doing that, so that we can kind of go down there and see if anybody has like similar skin concerns to us and what it did for them. Similarly, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And with all of that admin out of the way, let's crack on with the review. So, in the new Superdefense range, there are 3 options of formula that you can get. So the first 2 are a cream-based formula and they both have an SPF of 25, and you can pick which one of those is best suited to you depending on whether you are Clinique skin type 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. So skin type 1 is very dry, skin type 2 is dry combination, skin type 3 is combination oily, and 4 is oily. So depending on where you fall in that spectrum, that's how you can distinguish which cream formula would be right for you. And then we have the gel formula, which is SPF 40, which is what I went for because I think this SPF that is in here is something that we don't often see in Clinique moisturisers, so I was really excited to give that a go, and I really wanted to make sure that I got the most protection possible. So I went for the SPF 40 jar, and I also wanted to go for the gel texture because I love the moisture surge, and when I put them both, I put the cream and the gel on my hand and the gel felt more like moisture surge, so I thought, okay, I'll go for the gel. The gel is suitable for all skin types, so there isn't a gel for like 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, it's just this one size fits all kind of situation. So before I continue, I want to read what the actual Clinique website has to say about this moisturiser so that we can base everything that we're kind of looking for in the moisturiser on how true it is to what they want it to do, if that makes sense. Awakens instantaneously and continuously, some long words in there, with 12 hours of anti-fatigue radiance for more youthful looking skin. I like the sound of radiance, I like the sound of youthful looking skin. It says it helps visibly correct the first signs of aging, uneven texture, dullness, fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, I don't have particularly uneven texture in my skin, but it definitely is prone to dullness and I do have a few fine lines here and there. So if this can fix that, I'm happy. It says that it's sweat and humidity resistant and the gel is oil free, and as with all Clinique products it is also allergy tested and fragrance free as well. As I said, I do think a huge benefit of the new Superdefense is that sun protection factor, and I am really happy with the fact that there's an SPF 40. As somebody who is fairly fair skinned and who burns so easily, I think it is so important to have a fairly high SPF in your skincare routine. And this one protects against both UVA and UVB rays, so it really does provide that broad spectrum defense. Ingredients wise, this contains a lot of antioxidants and different active ingredients. An ingredient that is biologically active basically just means that it is clinically proven to actively improve whatever it is that it's supposed to be targeting. There are loads of fruit and vegetable extracts in here as well, which I really like the thought of. There's like blueberry, kale, spinach, carrot, what else? Cucumber, oh, cranberry, Brussels sprouts. So yeah, I really like the thought of kind of having all of those different extracts going into my skin. It also contains vitamin E, which fights free radical damage, which is something that's been kind of proven to cause the signs of aging. However, one thing on the ingredients list of the gel, only the gel, this isn't in the lotion, that is particularly a bit of a red flag for me is the fact that alcohol, denatured alcohol, is number 5 on the ingredients list. I'm not totally against using a little bit of alcohol in skincare. As you know, I love using the Clinique clarifying lotion a couple of times a week. However, I do think that having alcohol so high up on a moisturiser ingredients list is a little bit unnecessary. The reason they might have done that is because alcohol can really thin out a cream and make it a lot more lightweight. So perhaps that's why it's in the gel but not in the cream, because the gel is more lightweight. It just seems a little bit unnecessary to me. The trouble with using alcohol in skincare is, first of all, it's not at all suitable for sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, this is not the product for you. Maybe try the cream, because that does not have that denatured alcohol in it, but this one does. Applying alcohol repeatedly to the skin can also cause breakouts, irritation, dryness, but let's see how it performs. So for those of you with a very good memory, this is what the old jar used to look like. Obviously it did used to be this size. I've just managed to get hold of a little one. They used to market this as an age defense moisturiser. When I worked at Clinique, their Smart range, which is their anti-aging range, they're kind of front runner for that now, had just come out, but prior to that we were going through a lot of Superdefense. So I think it's really interesting that they've kind of stuck with that name but put it on something that is aimed at kind of a totally different market in a lot of ways. There was no mention of brightening with the Superdefense at all, or like anti-fatigue or anything like that, and I've read online that it was a lot more creamy. The original Superdefense, obviously all of Clinique's products are fragrance free, but the original Superdefense did smell slightly sweeter, must have just been the ingredients, whereas this one smells I mean, it smells like alcohol, if we're being honest. But anyway, let's head into the bathroom for some first impressions. Good morning, everybody. I'm not really sure why it's so red. I might be able to tone that down in the edit, but if not, I don't really know what's going on there. It's something to do with the lighting. Today, oh, I don't have it with me. Oh, wait. Let's try again. Today, we are trying out the Superdefense, which you will already know because I will have already done an intro to this video. So we're going to do some first impressions. I have actually tried this once already. I started the review, I tried it once, and then I accidentally left it in a hotel room. So luckily I did manage to get that pot back, or it would have been £42 for one evening of a hydrated face. But it was a good few weeks ago now and I only used it the once, so I can't really remember anything about it, so we're going to go again. What I'm going to do is cleanse and exfoliate, and then I'm going to use the Superdefense as my moisturiser. I really like the new packaging. I think it's really bright. It actually really reminds me of the Pep Start range, which I've never covered on my channel, but the Pep Start range came out towards the tail end of when I was still working for Clinique. Oh, it's kind of gone everywhere. And I remember really liking it, so let me know if you want me to touch upon that. But I've kind of got it everywhere because it's just gone everywhere, so I think I've Probably got too much, but let's really gently rub it in. It feels very comfortable, that's kind of my first thought. I feel like it's given me a really nice glow. It's quite watery, I think is the best way to describe it, just in that, like, it's not sticky at all, it's just wet, which I actually really like. It's similar to the Moisture Surge actually, if anything, in the consistency. It's very, very thin. The face feels very hydrated. I think I'm gonna really like this. It definitely does feel like I'm touching a product. What did I just say? It definitely does feel like I'm touching a product rather than touching my own skin, but not in like a sticky way. Don't know. It's just like moisture that I'm moving around, like wetness. Describing moisturiser is hard. My initial thoughts, obviously, as you just saw, were that I liked how lightweight it was, I liked the way that it sunk into the skin, and I did generally like how it made my skin feel. Over the space of the first week that I used it, I definitely did notice a reduction in the fine lines in my face. Particularly, I get this one here when I frown, when I drive in the sun, and that was much better. And my skin was maybe a little bit brighter. I don't think it was as noticeable as it was with like Fresh Press or with the Clinique ID with the anti-fatigue cartridge. I think both of those things were more brightening than the Superdefense. However, one thing that I did really notice was the fact that it did leave quite a residue on the skin, and I wouldn't say it was sticky, but it was definitely, you could kind of feel that there was like a film over the skin that just never went away, and I wasn't really too sure about that. And also, I didn't find it that hydrating. There were quite a few times in that first week of using it where I also reached for the Moisture Surge, either before or after it, just to give my skin a real boost of hydration, which is quite surprising for a gel, I think, because normally they're quite lightweight, quite hydrating, which is why I really like them. They sink in really well, but I just don't really feel like it did that. Then I did start to notice that my skin was really breaking out, and I'll be honest with you, I had a bit of a stupid moment here because I thought, oh, that's so annoying, my skin's breaking out. How am I supposed to give this moisturiser a fair test if my skin's breaking out? So then I stopped using it for a few days so that I could like wait for my skin to sort itself out, because sometimes it just does that. And I was like, right, cool, I can actually get back into it now. So I tried it for about a week, then I took a few days off. Then I tried it for another week and my skin broke out again, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, I'm just having no luck with this moisturiser. Like, I just want to try it when my skin is not breaking out, and every single time I try it, it breaks out. And then I had a bit of a revelation that maybe there was a correlation between using the moisturiser and my skin breaking out. So what we've learned is, I think you can probably see I've got some spots like here, I've got some over here, like they're in really weird places, which is just so odd. But I think it's that alcohol, I honestly do. I think that using the alcohol in the clarifying lotion and in this is just too much. I don't want to do it. I think it's going to really damage my skin. So overall, I don't think I'd buy this again. I do like it for the anti-aging properties, and something that I would be really interested in is trying the cream version. I'm also like projecting here, and this is just a prediction. I reckon they're going to come out with a night cream version of this, because they used to have a night cream of the old Superdefense that doesn't have the SPF in it but really focuses on like the anti-aging and the like real hydration of the skin. They don't have that in the new range. So if they bring out a night cream, I'd be really up for that, because I do think that the anti-aging properties of it were really good, and I love the SPF in it. I think Clinique need more SPF in their moisturisers, but I just couldn't get on with the formula. So I'm hoping that it's just the gel. Maybe one day I'll try the cream. If you have tried the cream, please let me know how you got on. I think what I'll probably do is keep this around to apply to areas, to be honest, like this concern of aging area here, because it did do a really good job of that area of my face specifically. But I'm not about to switch my normal moisturiser and use it every day. So yeah, that is my review of Clinique's Superdefense. If you've tried it, please let me know how you got on. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, so that I know to make more videos like this. I really hope that you're all staying safe and staying well. I will see you tomorrow.